What's up guys, SP Architect is here. When it comes to take a realistic render in Twinmotion, sometimes it can be difficult to achieve that. There are lots of factors in that. One of them is the ambient occlusion effect, which can be added in the Twinmotion automatically. Actually, it's possible to use that by turning off the global illumination, but turning that off will kill your realism of your scene. This is our main problem. We are going to use them at the same time in this video, and this is our topic of this video. But before we get started, please like and share this video and do not forget to subscribe. Also, I will add the project file of this to my Patreon page, so you can inspect the settings if you want to. Alright, without any further ado, let's get into the Twinmotion. This is our living room modeled with SketchUp, and this is the Twinmotion file that I imported. If we just zoom inside and go to the camera angle that I've determined for this video tutorial, as you can see here, this is a living room and we have a dining table. There is a skyway where the light can come through, and this is a very detailed model. There are lots of corners and architectural details which we want to show in the rendering. With the basic rendering setup with Twinmotion, we have a global illumination which is very nice, but it's not enough when it comes to show the details. I want to show you one by one. We are just going to change the exposure settings in the lighting, and to increase the sharpness of the shadow, we are going to change the settings like this. After that, we are going to change the ambient lights, because this is some kind of fake shadow which I don't want to see in the renderings too much. So I decided to set up that value in minimum. Also, it's good to change the white balance, because as you can see here, there are lots of yellow furniture in this model. So it's a good idea to set up the general lighting in shades of blue. I want to see a light which comes from this direction. In order to simulate that, we are just going to use this spotlight and place here. We can also combine this volume light with sunlight. It depends on your scene preferences. That means you can just turn off the sunlight or you can just use it. In order to change that settings, we just go to these options over here, and to change the direction, we are going to use the time of day, and we are going to change the north offset. Depending on the time of the day or north offset, your scene can be dark or can be very bright. Therefore, it's a good idea change the global illumination strength from this lighting setup, this GI value. After you determine a convenient GI value, we just need some support from ambient light. So we are going to play around this ambient light value. We just changed the global illumination value so the scene turned to yellowish. Thus we increase the ambient value, and after that we change the exposure settings. It's now time to support the general light with a spotlight. We are just going to simulate the skylight with this spotlight. In order to achieve that, we are just going to increase the angle of the light and place a proper position. We want to reach the light inside, so we change the attenuation and intensity, and this is going to be a blue color. Now we can go back to our camera angle. I don't want to see all of the scene with blue shadows. It's gonna be dark, and we are just going to see a blue light from this pool opening. Therefore, the ambient light will be at the minimum value. Actually, I want to change the intensity of the sunlight, but it isn't possible to increase more. Therefore, we are going to change the exposure value. Let's just go to Scene Settings, click Update and click More, and we go to Lighting, go to GI Options and change the GI value. Actually, I'm going to this with eyeball. Therefore, it's going to be a good idea to look at the real photos. I have changed the global illumination, and now I can change the exposure and change the white balance to gain some blue tint effect. Alright, I'm very happy with this lighting settings. We are going to change the materials, but before that, adding some reflection probes will be support my material settings. Because we are going to change the glossiness of the surfaces and to see the reflections correct, we need some reflection probes. After placing one probe, we are going to duplicate it. We just hit the shift and use this move arrow and increase the size to 5 meters. Also for the other reflection probes. Now we can go back to our angle and we can change the material settings from this visibility of this camera angle. Therefore, we won't need to change all of the materials and you're gonna gain some time. For the refrigerator, I'm gonna use an brushed steel in order to simulate the inox material. You can just download it from the Megascan library. We just use the pickup tool for selecting materials. So let's just pick up this some wood material and change the reflection over here. And also this tiling material reflection. These reflections will add realism to our scene. By changing this luminosity, will be support the lighting in the scene. Within the same purpose, I'm going to change the wall material and change the strength value. There we go. Now we change the television screen reflection. And these doors reflections. And I'm gonna add Twinmotion material for this carpet. In the material menu, we have this fabrics folder. And at the bottom of this folder, we have some carpet materials. Let's just try to assign one by one. Maybe we can try this one. Not bad. Maybe this one. Actually, this is the most elegant for this scene. For the chairs, we are going to use leather material of the Twinmotion. We can just use this one and change the overall color settings from this color picker. There we go. Maybe we can change the material of this lighting. Maybe we can make it metallic. It's gonna be enough to turn on this metalness. And we are going to change the roughness also. There we go. For those lights, we are going to make something interesting. We are going to use styrofoam material. It's inside the translucent folder in this library, which is here. We can just drag and drop to here and add some glow effect. It's up to you. Anyways, now we are going to add some lighting for this spotlight. We are going to place somewhere over here and change the height and position and turn on the shadows and intensity and also color. In order to make it to reach the floor, we are going to change the attenuation and also angle. We just play around the color, and to see the effect of the spotlight, we can just turn off and turn on. Also, we have a chair over here. Let's pick up the material and change the reflection also. We can add some brightness for the color and play around with the reflection settings. Very close from the camera, there is a coffee glass over here, and we are just going to apply some item glass onto that. There we go. We have completed our material setup and we are ready to take some render. We are going to decide which shot will be taken and click that Start Export. There we go. We have created our raw render. Now it's time to apply some ambient occlusion effect. Let's go back to the Twinmotion and create another camera shot. To do that, we just go to this Create Image. Click that plus and click the More. We are going to go to Visual Effects. Actually, it's not here, it's in the camera, and there it is. And open up Clay Render and enable it. And we change the color to white color, pure white. And the reflection will be 0. There we go. We are going to change the exposure settings in the lighting. After doing that, we are going to see our problems for the scene. First problem is the light, so we are going to turn off the light. And the second light is sunlight. To change the sunlight, we can try to decrease these sun settings over here. Sun intensity, we can just turn off that. Or, in order to same purpose, we can just turn that in the same intensity. Instead of that, we can just change the weather settings to a cloudy weather and turn off the particles. Now we are going to change the exposure value. Ambient occlusions must be bright, thus we increase the exposure. We have still some lights. It was actually this spotlight. We can just turn off this spotlight. And also this reflection probes will be problem, so we just turn off them too. And change the exposure again. The other problem that will be problem in the zoom is vignette effect, so we just turn off that too. Now we can change the global illumination strength depending on your scene. And also we can change the ambient light. I want that very bright and I want to see two little shadows. Therefore, I use it at the maximum value. In order to increase the ambient occlusion strength, we can just change the contrast strength from the visual settings and in this color gradient, and we can decrease saturation and use the contrast at the maximum. After that, we are going to decrease the exposure value. Now this is a style that we can use, but we can also turn off the GI, so we can use these settings too. But we need to change the exposure settings. We are just going to increase the value, and when we get satisfied, we are going to recap the scene. To increase the size of the render, we are going to click this more and format and make it to 4K. Now we are ready to export this second scene. We are going to uncheck this first and click export. There we go. We have our first ambient occlusion effect. Now we are going to create another ambient occlusion effect. Let's just go back to the image and click the create image, create more, turn on GI, and as you can see here, we have another shadow type which we don't have in the previous GI settings. Now we can export the third scene. And this is our third render. Now it's time to combine them together in the Photoshop. We are in the Photoshop. This is our main ambient occlusion and this is our raw render. Let's go back to the ambient occlusion and add some curves and make it brighter. To make that, I'm going to use these points over here, and when we get satisfied, we are going to apply that on the image. And also you can add the level effect like this and add extra brightness for your ambient occlusion. After that, we are going to hit Ctrl+A and Ctrl+C, go back to the render, hit Ctrl+V, and we are going to make this multiply. When we turn off and turn on, you can just see the difference. We have captured the details of our scene. If you want to decrease the effect of the ambient occlusion, you can change the opacity over here. When you come to this level for your scene, you can just leave the scene as is, or you can just add the second ambient occlusion effect and combine them together, as we did before. we add some curve value and we flatten the image. Ctrl plus C, Ctrl plus V, and select multiply. After doing that, we are going to change the opacity of the multiply effect. You can just play around with these settings depending on your scene. When you get satisfied, you can just flatten your image and you can just add additional filter effects. We can use camera raw filter for that. When we are in the camera raw filter settings, we have lots of settings to play around. It depends on your scene, but at the very first I want to increase the exposure value and the temperature. If you want to increase the detail for your scene, you can just play around with this texture, clarity and dehaze values. Even though we have some vignette effect comes from the Twinmotion scene, actually I want to use or add another additional vignette effect in the Photoshop. Since we have added vignette effect for our scene got darker. Therefore, I increased the exposure value again, and also shadows. There we go, we have created some effect with the camera raw filter. But actually, there are more effects that we can't do with the camera raw filter, which is leave white balance. By changing the settings for this white balance, our shadows will be blue and lights will be yellow. So these highlights will be yellow and red, and we are going to add some blue effect for the shadows and add some cyan. We can add more blue and cyan for the midtones also. There we go, we can just turn off and turn on to see the effect. Alright guys, this is the final result of our render. This is how you can add ambient occlusion effect in Twinmotion and also global illumination and combine them together in Photoshop. I hope the Twinmotion engineers can hear us and make it automatically in the Twinmotion rendering. This was all it for this tutorial. I hope you have enjoyed and learned something. If you have any comments and suggestions, please add the comment section below. Please like and do not forget to subscribe. And have a nice day.